So, to kick us off, Mighty Magiswords' final episodes, the second half of Season 2, has been released onto Criger's app and other streaming services. Actually, as of today, the show has been quietly canceled. It's pretty much been dead for quite a while. The episodes are slated to air and basically be burned off in the 6 a.m. slot throughout the the weekday mornings. One of these final few episodes is a surprise to a crossover with OKKO Let's Be Heroes. The episode titled Let's Team Up features a cameo from Rad. Now, he's not an integral part of the episode by any stretch of imagination. He shows up throughout the third act. He is voiced by Ian JQ, as to be expected, because it's made in Cartoon Network. It shouldn't have been hard to get the voice actors. And Rad actually gets his own Magisword. A huge part of Mighty Magiswords, for those who aren't aware, is that each episode has their own gimmick. They get multiple swords throughout the episode that relates to the situation. Like, if they're eating a cheeseburger, they'll get a cheeseburger Magisword or something. Rad's Magisword is actually based off of OKKO. The blade is KO's arm, and it has POW cards. He can unleash a wave of POW cards, and it's pretty goofy, but it's in line with OKKO. It's actually what I would have expected. It reminds me a lot of Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts, and just how like each world has their own distinct Keyblade. Like if OKKO was a world in Kingdom Hearts, I would fully expect its Keyblade to look like what Rad's Magisword was. But what were your guys' thoughts on the episode?
I think definitely the first thing I noticed, Rad I feel like was like an afterthought. Sort of. Like when I heard OKKO is crossing, when I heard that OKKO was having a crossover with Mighty Magisword, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be the plot of the episode.
Yeah.
No. Not even in the first part of the episode. He was only in the second half.
Yeah, so the premise of the episode is that, how do I pronounce it? Pohoye? It's something. The main character and his sister, Vamber, she's a lot more easier to remember.
Yeah.
They go on an adventure with their friends because they feel like they haven't seen their friends in a while. They haven't gone on an adventure with them for a while, but their friends aren't really paying the mission.
Which is a common problem, I mean, in the real world.
Yeah.
I hate when I invite my friends on missions and they're just like, man, I just want to stay on my phone. I'm like, dog, we have these things we gotta do. Like, we gotta take down the bourgeoisie or whatever.
And Rad's brought in for whatever reason to spice up the
adventure. I don't know. I think Ian walked by there. Like, how you guys doing in here? Oh, come on in.
Maybe he just like walked in like when everyone was at lunch and he's just like, I'm just gonna record some lines, and then they were like, we can use this.
They were basic lines. They were like, I'm Rad. Like.
Rad felt very much in character, and there was one line that made me laugh out loud just because it was very much in line with OKKO and how Rad acts in that show. One of the characters, I forgot her name, but she's supposed to be at work right now, and Rad just like off camera just goes, yeah, I'm supposed to be at work right now too, and that's just so perfect because when we watch OKKO, Rad is a slacker, and Rad uses the episode. Mr. Gar probably thinks I'm just in the back room taking stock. But beyond that, like, I don't think he even really used, like, his powers that much from OKKO. Because, again, he gets a Magisword. Because, in OKKO, he has his levitation ray. We didn't really see that here.
It was so, like, I don't want to say half-assed. I don't know another word for it. But basically, they're just like, oh, what's that? It's a Magisword. Can I get one? Like,
yeah.
But I feel like that's in character with Rad, too. Like, he is very curious about the world around him.
But it just kind of felt like shoehorned.
Yeah, it felt. OKKO is no stranger to crossovers. It very much embraces crossovers. We've seen Captain Planet, with the upcoming crossover Nexus that has Steven Universe, Ben 10, Teen Titans Go. So
not Mighty Magisword. Mighty Magisword.
So, OKKO seems to be the show that's going to embrace crossovers from like here on out, and it's goofy enough to embrace crossovers. So seeing it actually cross over into another show, like the other show's the one that brings in OKKO, was interesting, but it didn't really make sense because again, you feel like it with the crossover itself should be the basis of the episode, but they didn't do that here. It was very much like a glorified cameo because he's not just there for one scene. Like once he's in, he's there for the rest of the episode, but it almost felt as if he was intended to be in for just one scene, and then the network was like, oh, just keep him in the entire time so that way we can advertise like a crossover. But since it doesn't look like they're gonna promote these episodes, so it looks like that kind of went out the window too. So it's just kind of weird, and we could be completely wrong. It could turn out that they just wanted to cross over OKKO and Mighty Magiswords because the creators are friends, and they were like, "Oh, this would be fun."
Yeah, it might have just been a thing where the creators were just like, "Yeah, let's just do this because why not?"
My problem with this episode was that it didn't mesh well at all. Like it started off with a totally different plot.
Totally different. That's why I said they shoehorned him in.
Yeah, I feel like with situations like those, they need to just be like a quick cameo if you're gonna put a character in, and it's completely unrelated to the plot. Because it's not like an established thing that Mighty Magiswords and OKK were in the same universe beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a thing where, they appeared in the show before, then it would make more sense to have Rad just randomly join an episode. But because it's the first and evidently the last time, they could have done a lot more. And it kind of just fell flat. And Mighty Magiswords, I watched the first few episodes when it started, and I haven't seen any of Season 2 before this episode, but my problems with it haven't really improved, where like it was way too fast paced, it's all over the place, and it kind of doesn't want to know what it wants to be. And on paper, OKKO is a great show to cross over Mighty Magiswords because they kind of have similar approaches to humor and comedy. They're very much, they have tongue-in-cheek comedy, they have visual gags, but they're two ends of the same spectrum. It's like OKKO is on this end and Mighty Magiswords is on this end, and it when you put them together, it doesn't mesh well as much as you think it would.
Yeah. Did they advertise this as a crossover, like a big one?
Well, the reason how I found out this episode even exists is because last night Ian Jones-Cordy, creator of OKKO, tweeted that, hey, Mighty Magiswords, these new episodes are on the app, and if you watch Liz's episode, you might see a surprise. If you're an OKKO fan, it had a screenshot of Rad next to Poho, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
No disrespect to anyone who works on the show. I'm sorry. I'm just not good with those kind of extravagant names. Also, I didn't watch the show religiously, so that's kind of my fault.
No, I mean, as long as they weren't advertising as like the biggest crossover, no. So okay.
This was the first episode I had seen.
Same.
And it was like, it's entertaining, but it's like really unfocused and just everywhere.
Yeah, I think the problem with Mighty Magiswords is that you can have a show that's full of random humor. Again, OKKO, but the plot of the episode itself needs to be focused. And it feels like they were trying to be focused here, but it got way too sidetracked.
Yeah.
Jokes went on for too long. One of their friends had like a joke where
there was like a Family Guy cutaway joke that went on for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Sitcom thing?
Yeah, like a sitcom, like her life at the burger joint.
That was bad.
And even like that had some good jokes there too, like the credits or how it had like this Criger Studios logo at the end.
Yeah.
Like that was creative. That was good. That was a nice throwback. It was meta, but it went on for too long. That should have been like a 30-second joke tops. It was on for like almost 2 minutes.
Well, because it was originally just one joke where a laugh track started. I'm like, that's meta, that's funny. Then they did a callback, and I'm like, okay. Then rule of threes, it happened the third time. I'm like, fine. And then somebody in the writers' room is like, well, we've been doing this laugh track bit. What if we put her in a sitcom? And everyone's like, oh shit, let's go to lunch. And it's just bad.
And then Ian walked in, the recording booth, and he's like, I should be at work too.
This took Ian's lines out of context.
Yeah.
Like he pointed at a storyboard. What's that? Oh, it's a Magisword. Like, put that in the script. I should be at work too. Put that in the script.
This is what we in the industry call a bad episode.
I feel like it wasn't even like the content wasn't bad. It was just like if you took a good script and just ripped it up and threw it in the trash and then started taking.
Oh my god,
that's true. Because some parts of it I enjoyed.
Yeah, like there's some gems in there, but it's just like, what is even?
It's because execution is everything.
Yeah.
And this goes for any form medium. Whatever it's a comic, a TV show, a movie. You can have a good script, but if the direction isn't good, the end product isn't going to be good. And I feel like that was a problem Mighty Magiswords just throughout the series. Again, I haven't seen every episode, so maybe season 2 had a lot better episodes than this.
Yeah.
But I wasn't impressed. I feel like with a crossover, you should put your best foot forward. But for here, I felt like the selling point, at least for people to get to watch the episode, was Rad. Like, hey guys, there's other shows in here, so maybe you want to check it out. But as you guys said, if this was my first episode of Mighty Magiswords, this wouldn't have sold me. And this is my first time checking out the show in a while, and it just didn't make the improvements I was hoping it would. I heard like the pacing was better season 2. I didn't see that here. It was still very much fast paced. It was still calling out the sword's name every time they use a sword, which that gimmick should have faded away after like the first few episodes.
But that gimmick is the show. Like,
It is the show. And Cartoon Network tried so hard to push Mighty Magiswords as this big thing, but it didn't work out.
Now look, I know we're like 3 strapping grown men talking about a cartoon, but this comes from a place of disappointment. I went into this so excited.
I went into this with 0 expectations, and I was like, okay.
I know we're tearing it apart so hard, but we are legitimately sad, right? Like, I'm legitimately sad.
I'm laughing.
I mean, given what I was expecting, I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
I'm coming from a place of anger, a place of like I've been robbed of an opportunity.
What
This is why
opportunity
I'm-
was that?
To enjoy a piece of animation.
Also, I feel like a problem with Mighty Magiswords that definitely showcases in this episode is like the characters, their designs vary, but also their line def varies. Like their one friend literally looks like he's from the Loud House. Look, like I couldn't unsee it. But then they cut to the main two, Vamber and Popeye, and they have like these thick lines, but then the enemies have like thin lines. It's just super inconsistent.
Like when they cut to different, like if they're closer, they have thicker lines. If they're farther back, they have thin lines. It's weird. It's like perspective or something. Probably not on purpose.
Like a perspective of like someone just zooming into a frame.
Yeah.
Like not even like
Oh shit! Like they just stretch their models.
almost.
Oh yeah.
The premise like this should have caught on to kids, but it didn't for a reason. And when you watch this, you can see why.
Yeah.
Because even when Teen Titans Go, it has focus.
It
This
felt
show's
like
just too unfocused for kids to enjoy, I feel.
It felt like I was watching it on double speed, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a problem with the earlier episodes. And I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but
Yeah.
you guys get the idea. But
I like the voice. The voice actors are talented.
yeah.
They were really good.
No, it has good voice acting and everything. Like I said, it's a lot of good ideas. But when you put it together, it's a mess.
Yeah, I mean, my nephew would like it.
You have a nephew?
Oh, I don't.
But guys at home, what did you think of Mighty Magiswords? Did you see the OKKO crossover? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.